Do I have enough hours in the day to do all the things that I have to do? Reality is your goals are more easier to achieve than what you think they are. Successful leaders and high achievers usually have a non-ending balance in between managing time, managing resources, all the multiple demands between your clients, your people within the organization, and finding that balance, that perfect bliss point that interconnects all of those core pillars and yourself. It can be challenging. That's why in today's class, I put together 10 powerful productivity hacks for you so you can crush your daily to-do list. Are you ready? Number 1, use technology. Yes, I know your brain is not as reliable as you think it is. Believe me, you can use OneDrive, you can use Google Drive, Google Docs, Teams, your calendar, digital calendar, Evernote. I personally use the notes on my phone. They are very effective to get all the stuff that I have to do, and using your tools digitally, something handy that you can go ahead and look for it, is going to help you get through the to-do list. If you don't have a to-do list, I invite you to start having a to-do list, especially if you manage multi-clients and multi-geos. It is like going to the grocery store and you don't know what to buy. You know exactly what you're gonna buy, but then you're just wandering around. You end up buying stuff that you don't need, and sometimes leaving the store with a high bill and not having what you really went to the grocery to shop for. Are you following me? Number 2, use a productivity planner. I have 3. I have one digital, this one at my desk for the entire year, and I have one in the fridge. A productivity planner is gold when it comes to organize and prioritize, not only for long-term planning, but the immediate daily, weekly, monthly. For example, if you have your staff meeting, you need some KPI reviews, you have one-on-one sessions, development conversations. All those things are going to help you to actually put it on the calendar. So I have my digital planner, I put all this stuff, and then I start checking the boxes. I review this every day, so I hold myself accountable, and I also help my leaders to do that. To get into the habit depends on what do they want to achieve. If you set a goal and you don't have a plan to commit to it or follow through it, it's not gonna happen. So either you are an old-fashioned, old school like me, or you are digital, or both. When you have your productivity planner, things change, and it changed for good. I am a visual person, so having those visually in the fridge in my office helped me to hold myself accountable and reschedule or reappoint. Number 3, lock down your time. What does that mean? Put it on the calendar. What does that mean? You have a meeting, not only say that you have a minute, put it on the calendar. Ask a person to block your time. If you have lunchtime, put it on the calendar. The break time, put it on the calendar. That also reduce the time of wander around social media, which is non-productive, and that avoids also the room of you being distracted on other news that are not meant to be done that day. You can easily get engaged in a conversation with a colleague for an hour, accomplish anything of the things that you said that you were going to accomplish. So block your time, learn how to say no respectfully with love, and move on. Number 4, similar tasks go in the same block. I'm going to give you an example. This is a personal example to show you how you can translate this in your personal things too. I live at the beach area. Let's say I have to travel to a countryside to pick up something. So then I group all the things that I have to do there to do one ride only. I have to groom Grody. I have to take it to the vet. Something in the salon. We have to do grocery shopping. Whatever is that we need to do, so in that way we don't waste time going from one place to the other. Let's say I'm going to host a boot camp in Honduras. So what are the things that I have to do in Honduras that I want to accomplish? So in that way I plan that trip according. Does that make sense? Leave me your comments if you also group things, and how does it work for you? Number 5 is automating boring responses or things that you don't want to do. And this is gonna sound maybe controversial for you, okay? Stay with me. I'm gonna give you a personal example. I don't like to pay certain bills, let's say cable, electricity, etc. So I set up an automatic pay on my credit card, for example. Those are things that I have to pay anyways, so it's included on my budget. But how do I translate that same example at work? Well, I have to manage 5 different implementations for different clients in different countries. I already know the outline, but there is no really an outline, but I have my own way to operate things successfully. So what do I do if there is not a standard process? And I put together what are the things that are usually in a schedule. For example, there is email. I put a template so I can use that template, adapt it, and just respond. It's not fully automated, but it's kind of a cheat sheet. Number 6, delegate. And yes, I keep talking about delegation. Delegate is one of the most important things you can ever have if you want to deep dive into powerful techniques that are gonna get you from one level to the next, and see strategies that you can integrate in your day-to-day about delegation. There is a link in the description of this video so you can be part of the waiting list for my next time audit framework. It's coming soon, so if this resonates with you and you want a mentor to guide you on those things, stay tuned because that's coming. Remember, delegation doesn't only improve the efficiency of your team, but also creates an environment of collaboration. As there are several things that you don't need to do anymore, those you don't delegate, you just eliminate those. 7, stop multitasking. Yes, you heard me correctly. Multitasking is delusional. You start one thing, you start another, you don't finish anything. Where energy goes, energy flows. So instead of taking all the projects at the same time, all the things that you have to do without having those breaks, then it's going to be very challenging for you because you're not going to see the advancement of those. So it's very important that you take all the tasks that you have and understand the priority of those, then see what can be delegated, what is not going to be delegated, and then what are the metrics of productivity, as we know, right? What is urgent, what is not urgent, what is important, what is not important, and then the tenure of your team members. This is critical for your own leadership style. An interesting fact is that only 2.5% of the population in the labor force is able to multitask effectively. So that's a very low percentage. Quitting multitasking is going to really boost your productivity. You're going to see a before and after coming from a former multitask businesswoman. You're going to thank me. Number 8, take breaks. Yes, I know you have heard about maybe the 5-minute rule. There is many ways that you can take breaks. My recommendation is that you put that also in your planner, in your calendar. Mental breaks during the day is important to shuffle the energy that you have yourself. Now, disclaimer, scrolling Facebook, Instagram, or social media is not taking a break, guys. Playing a game online is not taking a break. I'm talking about actually stand up. And it doesn't matter if you're remote or at work. You stand up from the space you are, walk, grab water, talk to people. If you're going to use the phone to connect to other people, of course. But it's very important that you have those breaks during the day. I'm not talking about working for 10 minutes and then having a break of 30. No, I'm not talking about distracting other people, neither gossiping or no, I'm not saying that. But many studies have shown that people who work in a corporate world, call centers, contact centers, BPOs, we have a chronic stress. So to deal with this effectively, see possibilities, opportunities, and have a creative way of thinking and a growth mindset, a healthy environment, it does require to have some breaks. It's going to help you also to determine if you are committing to tasks that are short notice, then you have to go back and rearrange the new deadline, for example. Number 9, and this is only if you have the opportunity to do it, experiment with music. Yeah, with your headsets if you can, if you're at home remote. If your company has a no music policy, well, there's not much that we can do, but music and the vibration of the music help also to the productivity. There is different sounds and frequencies. I'm going to leave you the ones that I personally monitored, and some of them, they do boost the productivity, especially if you have to comply with many tasks in one day or 1 week. Number 10, when you're done, you're done. Yes, you heard correctly. You need to start establishing some good boundaries. Let's say you start at 9 a.m. and you're working until 11 p.m. That is not sustainable with time. You can do that maybe if there is an implementation, you are creating a new product, you are developing a new country, you have something specific that you need to accomplish in a short period of time, but this is not something that you can hold every day for more than a month, because you're human, your team is human. So if that is happening, you need to make sure that you do a time audit assessment overall, because if not, what is going to happen is that you're going to get burned out. And if you want to know the warnings and what to do to avoid that burnout, I left you 6 strategies in my last video. The link is in the description, so if you haven't watched it, go and watch it because it's very good. At the end of the day, I encourage people to find their own system. These are the tools that are very easy, practical, that you can integrate in your day-to-day to boost the productivity and focus your energy on what is needed. Limit the distractions. There is many distractors. Two of the biggest challenges that I have identified people to be obstacles to get to those productivity levels is setting boundaries. People struggle to set boundaries and say no and ask for help as if needed. People spend sometimes way too much time understanding a platform, a system, because they don't ask or they don't look for help, and that's going to create more issues. To do things differently, you need to stop and assess. This is very important. Self-awareness is one of the most powerful skills a leader can develop. It is not only essential to identify strengths within you and others, but also the opportunities that you have to grow. It gives a space to extraordinary business results and scaling your operation and high levels of employee satisfaction and engagement. You cannot fake being conscious. You either are or you're not. Once you are, you cannot just go back. The power of these hacks is that you are going to feel that you're accomplishing something. Eat the elephant one bite at a time, so you can break a big task and put it in a smaller ones, and that's going to create also the feeling of fulfillment. Give you the opportunity to celebrate that success as well. Not everyone is just working non-stop. Many people made the mistake to work, and it's not the amount of hours that you're going to work that is going to take you from one level to the next. It's not the amount of hours that you work that is going to take you to that next promotion or that salary increase. It's the strategy that you put together and the technique that are going to tune and get you from one level to the next. These are very easy, practical productivity daily to do that can help you to get one level to the next. You can start with one and see how does that go, and then if you are determined to focus your energy on the things and the goals that are truly important at work and in your personal life, and uncover a mind-blowing career development plan that is gonna not only help you accelerate the results from one position to the other, but it's a game changer on the way you do business. You're gonna have the unique opportunity to enroll to my VIP 101 Executive Mentoring Signature Program, Achieve. That will give you the career clarity and acceleration strategies that you need. Stay tuned, because it's going to be only 15 spots available for a very limited amount of time. And I'm going to have the option for English or Spanish. So what are you waiting for? If this resonates with you, fill out the form in the description of this video. I can't wait for us to work together. Remember to like this video if you like it. Forward to other leaders in the industry. Remember to subscribe, and see you next class. Ciao.